Good morning, afternoon, whatever part of the day it is. We're going to take the key signature video that I did last time and we're going to take it a step further because right now you should know how to identify which sharps or flats are in a key signature based off of this order. So we have, this is the, I need a pointer. There we go. This is the order of sharps in a key signature. And we talked about how when you have, say, 3 sharps that are written in the key signature, you always start with F, and it's these first 3. Those are the sharps that are there, F, C, and G sharp. If you're doing flats, you do the same rotation or the same order, but you're starting with B. So B is always the first one, and you go that direction. Remember, we have a saying to go along with it. Father Charles goes down and ends battle, and then the other way around. Battle ends and down goes Charles' father. So that's what we did last week. This time, we're going to kind of take that one step further with the chart that we the organizer that I had you guys recreate, and a lot of you haven't done that yet. So the first things first is we're going to make a line, and the line always goes after the C. Okay, you find the C and you draw that line. That's our divider. This is our divider for sharps, and this is our divider for flats, and that's going to come in handy here in a second. So that's the first thing you want to do. Okay, after that, you're going to, on to the left of those lines for sharps, to the left of that line, you're going to put sharp symbols on those notes. And this is to identify the names of the scale. So these are all sharp scales or key signatures. And then these are all flat scales and key signatures. And these referred to the name. So we're using the order of sharps and order of flats to identify the names of these key signatures or the names of these scales. They're both the same thing. Okay, so to the left of the line are the letters that have to have flat signs or sharp signs in them for the actual name of the scale, the name of the key. Okay, so for instance, all of our sharp scales and all of our sharp key signatures, so those are scales that have sharps in their key signatures. You have the G scale, the D scale, the A scale, the E scale, the B scale, the F sharp scale, and the C sharp scale, or key signatures, whichever one you feel comfortable using. For the flats, we have the F scale has no flat sign next to it. Notice that. The F scale has no flat sign. The rest of them do. B flat scale, E flat scale, A flat scale, D flat scale, G flat scale, and C flat scale. Okay, so now next week we're going to use that line to go further, to actually number. Then these numbers refer to how many sharps or how many flats are in fact in those scales. Okay, so this, again, we'll start with the sharp scales. So the G scale, and whichever scale is on the right of the line that's written there, that scale starts with 1 sharp or 1 flat. So G scale or key has 1 sharp, and that sharp is F sharp. You always go back to the beginning of this order and put that there. The D scale or key has 2 sharps, and that is F sharp and C sharp, and so forth and so on. Now, when you get to the end with B, B has 5 sharps, then you go back to the beginning and go where you left off. So F sharp scale has 6 sharps, and it's these first 6, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and E sharp. Okay, we're using this order for 2 totally different things. We're using the order for the order of sharps in the key signature and to identify how many sharps or flats are in the key. So if we go down here for F, F is the first one that's on the right side of the line. So F is the first scale in the flats that has 1 flat. And what is that flat? B flat. That's always the first flat to use. Okay, so the B flat scale has 2 flats, B flat, E flat, A flat. The A flat scale has 4 flats, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat. Okay, and then you always end with the C flat or the C sharp. They both have 7, C sharp. And remember, the C scale all by itself, C has 0. It has no sharps or no flats. That's kind of the odd one out, okay? So to take this to the next level, we're going to put this organizer right over here, and this is going to be kind of your reference point. And I know I probably asked for you in the Edpuzzle to kind of, take it one step at a time and copy down this organizer, because this will help you remember everything. It does us no good to have two different organizers and two different graphics to remember all this stuff. Okay, so over here, I have a key signature. All right. And over here, I kind of have both things. So the key of D, or the scale name, which is D. So you want to go over to D. D has two sharps. Okay. It's on the sharp side. It's D. It's not D flat. It's D. So D itself is a sharp scale. It has two sharps. Start with F. You always start with F. And there's F sharp and C sharp, as you see them here. F sharp, C sharp. F sharp, C sharp. So to do the opposite, say if you had the key signature and you need to identify the scale or the tonic in what we call in theory, and tonic is the first note of the scale, you find, okay, I've got sharps, so I'm dealing with this right here. There's two of them. Find number two. Oh, that means it's D. It's the key of D, or the scale of D. Okay, so let's do a flat example. Here's a flat scale, key signature, whatever you want to call it. A flat. A flat, we're going to go find A flat. Okay, A flat has four flats. All right, four flats. You always want to start with B to name the four flats. B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. And if you look over here on the key, you have B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat. B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat. If we want to go in the reverse, if you have the key and you want to find the name, you see, okay, four flats. Go over to four on the flat side. You don't want to go up here. You want to go down where there's flats. Four, it's the key of, or the scale name of A flat. A flat is the name of the scale. Okay, so we're going to use this organizer, this chart, if you will, for everything as far as keys and scales and so forth and so on. Okay, so now I want you to practice using the organizer. So this is what I want you to do on your assignment, or on your piece of paper. Here's what I want you to do. Take your pencil. The key of A has three sharps, and they are F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. You can do that with all of them, all 14 scales that are written here on the page. The key of C flat has seven flats, and they are B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat, F flat. That's in order. You want to make sure that you say the order correctly. Let's do one more on this side. The key of B, or the scale B, has five sharps, and they are F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp. Now let's do the reverse. So you have a key that has three flats. Three flats is the key of E flat, or the scale E flat. Okay, and we'll go into scale construction later on. You have a key signature that has six sharps. Six sharps means you're in the key of F sharp, or the scale, you're doing the major F sharp scale. Okay, I believe that's all we have. Yep. So now I want you to do the document that I have attached, where you can practice utilizing this and labeling correct keys, creating correct key signatures, and then we'll use that to make scale construction next week.